tonight on UCentral News.
The NAACP is celebrating 10 years on campus. Executive Board member Rolundin Delgado Hill will be in later to tell me more.
Oklahoma is experiencing very high winds today, leading to multiple fire warnings across the state. Phoebe Hillard will have your full look at weather. And the UCO wrestling team continues to dominate. Emily Creekmore has your sports update. All that and more happening right now on UCentral News.
Live from Central Oklahoma, this is UCentral News.
Good evening, I'm Abby Avers.
And I'm Zach Sexton. Welcome to this edition of UCentral News. Oklahoma's Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, or better known as SNAP, has new restrictions taking place that started on February 15th. This changes the selections people can make at grocery stores using their SNAP benefits. This change was originally going to take place on January 1st, but was delayed so grocery stores could update their software and POS systems. The items you can no longer buy include, but are not limited to, candy including chocolate bars, hard candies, and gummy candy, and also including soft drinks including soda, sports drinks, energy drinks, and juice that's not 100% juice.
Big news for IKEA fans. Oklahoma will soon be getting its first ever IKEA store in Tulsa. The company announced plans to open a 51,000 square foot location at Tulsa Hills Shopping Center in 2026. While traditional IKEA stores are typically much larger, the company is shifting toward smaller format stores as part of its nationwide expansion. The Tulsa site is one of 4 new U.S. locations set to open in 2026. Others include Chicago, Fort Collins, Colorado, and Los Angeles. An exact opening date hasn't been announced yet, and hiring details and construction timelines are still yet to come.
It's a windy day in Edmond.
Absolutely, it sure has. Phoebe?
Hello, Broncos. It's your girl, Phoebe Hilliard, here with your UCentral weather conditions update. Outside, like they said, it's very windy with winds coming in at 13 miles per hour from the south-southwest, but it is cloudy along with that, with it feeling like 74 degrees while it's 75. So it's not that far off from the actual temperature, which is new for Oklahoma, so good job on them. Humidity is up to 43%, probably because of that little bit of rain that we got over the weekend, but it is making a little bit of a difference. Looking ahead, cloudy week the entire week until we move further into the weekend. Hazardous fire weather this whole entire week, ending on Thursday. So be on the lookout for that. And if you're in an area that's really grassy, a lot of fields, maybe stay away until Friday. And winds are going to be above 10 miles per hour all week. So if you have your hair still pressed like me, maybe wear some hairspray. It'll do you well. And Happy Lunar New Year to all that celebrate. For this and more, come back for your full weather forecast later on. Back to Zach at the desk.
Thank you, Phoebe. Here on campus, the NAACP is celebrating 10 years of impact. Abby joins NAACP Executive Board member Rolundin Delgado Hill live in studio. Abby?
Thanks, Zach. I'm here with Executive Board member of the NAACP, Rolundin Delgado Hill. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. So the NAACP recently celebrated their 10th year anniversary here at UCO and National Founders Day. Is that right?
Yes, correct.
Perfect. So tell me a little bit about what this organization means to you and why is it so important for UCO?
Okay. With the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People, what it means to me, I want to emphasize like having a voice for the community, regardless of where you're from. You know, it's important that a lot of people will get their opinions voiced out there. You know, some people, they might not be able to have the power or resources to get their opinions or to advocate for what they want in the community. So I feel like our organization, especially on the campus of UCO, is very important to, kind of adhere to the people and adhere to like the needs and like the wants, and more so just really kind of, advocate for what's right.
Yeah. So we mentioned earlier, it's been 10 years since the anniversary of it's been on campus. How do you think the organization has grown or changed since it was established?
Okay, since it was established, especially on the campus of UCO, I know a lot of people who were in like Evan Bostic, Jonathan Mosley. Those are also past members that were in the Unit 6823 at UCO. I think it's very more. There's a lot of people in it that have a lot more drive. I think at this point we've understood how to properly give back to the community, how to properly express their ideas or like express what's going on. A lot of things going on in the world right now, and we properly address that. So I think at this point in this time, we've understood how to do that, how to deliver that.
Yeah. So it's been 10 years. Now I want you to pretend it's 10 years in the future.
Okay.
What do you think, what do you have envisioned for the organization?
Okay, whenever I think of the future, what I have envisioned is definitely I want those that are in the organization at that point, or even at the state, I would want them to be better than how I was. Right now I'm trying to get involved, I'm trying to do a lot. So I want them to be involved. I want them to do a lot. I'm not saying you have to go up above and beyond, but I'm saying definitely serve your community as much as you can. Definitely be like a servant of all. Try your best to be a voice for the people. There's a lot of people, like I said before, like who doesn't have a voice, who can't speak up for themselves, or some people are quiet and they like to, like go about their lives. So it's important that you understand or get what people want you to talk about, and you talk for them. You kind of advocate for them.
Yeah, absolutely. So you are the director of special events, is that right?
Yes,
Perfect.
correct.
What events do you have all coming up?
Okay, so events we have coming up, we have CPR Certified. It is February, so it's American Heart Month. We have CPR Certified, which takes place February 24th. And then we have My Hair, My History, which is March 12th.
Awesome. Now, one last question for you. For students who may be watching and want to get involved, how do they do that?
So, one thing I always say for people who want to get involved, especially students on campus, you can do anything, just put yourself out there. I first started off by doing volunteer at the Central Pantry. It's not really well known about the Central Pantry at the Wellness Center. So I did that going forward. And then I started off on the little board that was called NFC. It was the National Freshman Council for NAACP. So it's really about putting your foot out there and just steadily growing and trying to go for what you want. I steadily try to push myself to want more and do more and be better than I was yesterday. So.
Awesome. Well, that's all I have for you today. Thank you so much for joining us.
Of course.
Absolutely. Back to you, Zach.
Today, Oklahoma is experiencing a high fire danger during multiple red flag warnings in the western part of the state. But fires can pop up anywhere in Oklahoma due to winds and humidity. Battalion Chief from the Norman Fire Department, Danny Attaway, said here is what to avoid to decrease your fire risk.
Things to remember during high fire danger days: no outside burning of any kind. If welding outside, watch for embers. Don't throw cigarettes outside. If you're hauling a trailer, watch for any chains that may be dragging. Avoid parking the vehicle on dried grass, and look out for any ignition source that may set off a fire. If you see a fire or smell smoke, make sure you report it immediately.
The fire risk is a 1 out of 5 in central and east Oklahoma.
Now, as Chief Attaway said, Oklahomans need to be on alert today.
Phoebe Hillard has your full look at weather after the break.
It's time to explore, to come out and play. Our city is waiting, so what do you say? Whether daytime or nighttime, the right time is now. Finding those moments to make you go wow. Amazing new places to fit every mood. Shopping and dining. Did we mention the food? There are green parks and ballparks and water parks too. Museums, attractions, and also a zoo. The modern frontier is the friendliest place. Now is the time for your dreams to be chased.
It's the Roadway Replay.
Time for the lightning round, Brian. Let's rewind your drive to work. How far did your car travel while you checked your phone? 20 feet, 100 feet, the length of a football field?
100 feet.
Oh, sorry, Brian. In just 3 seconds on the highway, your car traveled the length of a football field.
Distracted driving? It's no game.
Hello, welcome back, Broncos. It's your girl. So, current weather conditions outside, 75 degrees and very cloudy. We don't really see the sun outside, which is kind of sad because it does feel good, but the wind kind of makes up for the loss of the sun. 74 degrees outside though, what it feels like. Humidity is at 43%. Like I said before, it is because of the rain that happened over the weekend. We didn't see as much as we thought we were going to, but it's okay. Winds at 13 miles per hour coming from the south-southwest. If you don't have a hat on, you might want to invest in one. In mid-Oklahoma, it is 75 degrees, which is pretty mild, but in Guymon, it is 77 degrees. In Woodward, 85. Ardmore, 74. So as you go lower, it's pretty mild. In the middle, pretty mild, but as you go towards the west, it is pretty hot outside. Tonight is going to be a clear night, with 47 being a really good way to maybe put on a jacket if you have evening plans, but if you just want to wear jeans, that's fine too. Winds coming from the west-southwest at 60 miles per hour. So, like I said, if your hair is pressed, wear hairspray. Humidity is going down to 38%, and there's a 5% chance of rain. So with Oklahoma, it might be a tsunami, you never know, but we should be in the clear for now. Tonight across the state, Guymon, 35 degrees, and towards the south is in the low 40s besides Ardmore, which they're just out the cut. 47 degrees, almost 50, but we are copying them with 47. 50 in Tulsa. So it's kind of sporadic all over the state. Clinton at 39. So it's going to be a cool night throughout the state. Tomorrow's forecast is going to be 47. It's going to be cloudy. So like I said before, please just wear a jacket. But noon to night, it is going to be, once again, cloudy. But we might see a little peek of the sun during noon. So maybe have your lunch outside. You never know. But at night, just be in the house because we're still under severe fire chances. Pretty mild throughout the entire state. Besides Ardmore, once again, 80 degrees, but if we're going to be in the high 70s, not quite reaching 80, but as you go towards the west, we are going to be a little bit chilly. A full weather forecast, Wednesday, tomorrow is supposed to be 76 as a high, and at night, 53, not that bad. But as we go further into the week, it is going to be pretty chilly outside. But the highs are going to fluctuate between the low 40s and the mid 50s. So it's going to be pretty chilly next week. So make sure to wear a coat. That's all I have for you guys.
Thank you, Phoebe. Coming up next, Valerie Scott with a look at education bills up for debate in the 2026 Oklahoma legislative session. Stay with us.
Rugged, rough, built for the road ahead.
Sometimes I feel like a shell of a man.
Commercials are fake. What you're feeling isn't. Call or text 988, Oklahoma's mental health lifeline.
Did you hear?
Todd's in the hospital.
Who's Todd? He got a collapsed lung from vaping. He thought it was cool.
Not cool.
Promise you won't vape, Emma. It can lead to a lifelong addiction, and we can't be friends if your lungs collapse.
Bogus.
Wacky sitcom teens aren't the best people to talk to your kid about vaping.
Hey, you got a minute?
You are. Start the conversation with your child about vaping today.
The University of Central Oklahoma grows and thrives.
we move forward, daily living the Bronco way, being reflective of our neighborhood, community, history, and Oklahoma. This is what has made us who we are. Oklahoma's Metropolitan University, the third largest university in Oklahoma. This is where movement is. This is the University of Central Oklahoma.
Hello, I'm Valerie Scott, and today I'm going to break down some of the education bills that will be voted on during Oklahoma's legislative session. Literacy will be a main focus for this year's legislative session. Oklahoma students' reading scores have stagnated. Here are some bills up for vote that could impact Oklahoma literacy. Senate Bill 1778 is written by Senator Adam Pugh of Edmond and looks at requiring 1st through 3rd graders who are not on grade level to attend a summer reading program. Senate Bill 1293 by Senator Kerry Hicks from OKC looks at creating a revolving fund for pre-K through 3rd grade teachers for letters training. Senate Bill 1271 by Senator Michael Bergstorm aims to help 3rd grade reading retention with the READS Act, which would make it to where 3rd grade students who cannot pass a literacy test will be held back. With new bills approaching, there will be some changes Oklahoma teachers will have to face. Senate Bill 1363 from Kerry Hicks looks at raising starting teacher salary from $43,000 up from $39,000. Senate Bill 1776 aims to give teachers a $10,000 tax credit for those who teach in the same district for more than 3 straight years. There are also several bills in response to the University of Oklahoma student Samantha Folnecki, who received a failing grade from a graduate assistant who wrote an essay after she wrote an essay referencing the Bible. Let's take a look. Senate Bill 1886 by Senator David Bullard of Durant looks at encoding several rights into law, including the right to be free from faculty showing grading bias for political beliefs. Senate Bill 1726 would establish formal training for graduate students with a focus on graduating standards and First Amendment rights. Now, that's all I have for you tonight, Broncos. Back to you at the desk.
This past weekend was NBA All-Star Weekend. Emily Creekmore has all the details after the break.
Sometimes it makes everything funny. Sometimes it's nothing to laugh about. Weed. It's funny like that. And unlike alcohol, with marijuana, there's no legal limit. So even if you don't feel high, you could get a DUI. No matter how much weed you've had, don't get behind the wheel, because driving impaired is illegal. And that's no joke.
Hooves up, roll Chos. Today's a great day to cheer on the Broncos.
Welcome back to the Pain Train.
Okay, Sean, here's your final question. A train hitting your car is the same as your car hitting a boulder, a brick wall, or a soda pop can.
A brick wall?
At a whopping 20 million pounds, a train will crush your car like a pop can.
Oh.
Beating a train? It's a game you can't win.
Good
Good afternoon, Broncos. I'm Emily Creekmore, and I've got your Tuesday sports news. The UCO softball team competed in the Cherokee Nation Festival this past weekend, going 3-2 in the tournament. UCO concluded Thursday with a 9-3 loss to Oklahoma Baptist before defeating Harding 7-6 and Arkansas Monticello 7-2 on Friday. Saturday, UCO split their final pair of games, losing to number 11 Southern Arkansas 6-14 and closing out the festival with a 10-8 win over Southeastern Oklahoma State. This brings their record to 11-4 overall, and the Broncos have yet to play in a sanctioned MIAA game. Central will hit the road yet again this weekend to compete in the Washburn Invitational Saturday and Sunday. The UCO women's basketball team broke their 3-game losing streak, beating Rogers State this past Saturday at Hamilton Fieldhouse. The Broncos went on a 16-2 fourth quarter surge to gain the 64-61 victory over the Hillcats. Talia Pogge led the offense for Central, finishing with 12 points on 4 made three-pointers. Nakaya Dillard and Caitlin McCarn also finished in the double figures with 11 apiece. Central is now 9-15 overall and 4-11 in MIAA play. The Broncos will be home this week, hosting Washburn on Thursday evening before playing Central Missouri on Saturday afternoon for Senior Day. Saturday will also be their last game of the season. The top-ranked UCO wrestling team continues to dominate as they rolled past number 14 Central Missouri 37-7 Sunday afternoon at home. This was the 15th consecutive win for the Broncos as they entered their regular season 16-1. They also increased their home winning streak to 33 in a row. Number 1 ranked Gabe Johnson contributed, adding a technical fall for his 28th straight win. UCO will remain home as they will host the NCAA D2 Super Regional 4 on Sunday, March 1st. And the 75th NBA All-Star Game opened with a new format this past Sunday, with All-Stars being split between USA teams and international teams. There were 2 USA teams and 1 World team, and games were played in a tournament style. The Stars team was built of all the young All-Stars, and they beat the World in the opening round 37-35 in overtime. Game 2 was Stripes, consisting of all the veteran All-Stars versus Stars. The Stripes pulled off the win in a thrilling 42-40 victory with a game winner by De'Aaron Fox. Stripes and World battled it out in Game 3, with Kawhi being the highlight of that game, dropping 31 points and hitting a 3 with 3 seconds left to give the Stripes the 48-45 victory over Team World. World was eliminated, leaving Stripes versus Stars in the finale. Team USA Stars dominated USA Stripes in a 47-21 blowout to take home the NBA All-Star Championship. Anthony Edwards won MVP of the All-Star Game, scoring 32 points across the evening. The NBA break will end Thursday with a 10-game slate across the evening, starting at 6 p.m. when the Cleveland Cavaliers host the Brooklyn Nets. Well, Zach, Abby, did you guys catch any of the All-Star Weekend festivities?
Well, it was one of my favorite player, Chet Holmgren's first All-Star game, and he won it, so it couldn't have gone any better for me. Abby?
Yeah, I saw that Jared McCain won the celebrity three-point contest. I thought that was pretty exciting. Thank you so much, Emily. Coming up next, the Islamic Society of Tulsa held an open house.
And Phoebe will have our last look at weather.
The University of Central Oklahoma grows and thrives. We move to meet our students where they are and get them where they want to go. Over time, thousands of students have made the move to UCO. They come to pursue their passions and find their calling, to improve their lives, families, and communities. UCO moves and motivates students in and out of the classroom. Here, potential takes flight. Our students' curiosity ignites a spark that fuels transformation. Oklahoma's Metropolitan University, the university that hasn't stopped moving since 1890. In fact, we are gaining momentum.
This is where movement is. This is the University of Central Oklahoma.
Multiple studies have shown that marijuana can slow both driver reaction and response time, which can be really dangerous. He's here. He's here. Wait. What? I can't drive. Why? I'm high. Oh.
In Oklahoma, after a proposed mosque proposal was denied, the Islamic Society of Tulsa held an open house. The group wanted the community to learn more about their faith and experience the mosque for themselves. Clifton Haskin reports.
Throughout the afternoon on Sunday, families, neighbors, and community members stopped by the mosque in Tulsa for art conversations and cultural education.
Because we are part of the fabric of this community. We have been here forever.
This open house comes after Broken Arrow City Council members denied rezoning and permit applications for a new mosque. City leaders said there was a lack of sufficient infrastructure on Olive Avenue for the influx of weekly traffic to a mosque. People here tell me they wanted to show they're good neighbors.
We are all forming Tulsa community together, and we need to stand together against any hatred out there.
Organizers say the open house wasn't about revisiting the proposal, but about creating understanding. Guests are invited to walk throughout the prayer space, ask questions about Islamic traditions, and sit in for religious services. Staff told me I'm not allowed to take videos of the service, but they did allow me to take these pictures showing the packed space full of people showing up for the open house. Organizers tell me they spent weeks preparing the mosque for the event.
It's great, great to see people who care enough to learn more and, to educate themselves and open their minds and hearts.
Leaders say they wanted to provide a welcoming environment where people could see firsthand what happens inside the mosque and their services. They tell me anyone can stop by the mosque near 51st and Yale with questions or to participate.
Now we're going to toss it to Phoebe for that last look at weather.
Hello guys, it is, like they say, my final time I'm gonna be here, but it's not the last time you are going to hear about the fire, so please stay inside. Tomorrow in the morning, it is going to be cool, a bit of an overcast, and it's gonna be 47 degrees, but as we move into noon, it's gonna warm up, but the clouds will not go away. But it's gonna be 66 degrees, so it might be a good day to wear a jacket, and then moving into 7 p.m., still have on that jacket because it is going to be a mild night with an overcast. And throughout the state tomorrow, it is going to be high 70s, especially in central Oklahoma, but as we move into the Panhandle, it's going to be 71, and Ardmore out of the cut is going to be 80 degrees in southern Oklahoma with Idabel at 78. Your full weather forecast tomorrow is going to be 76 degrees with the low of 53, and then throughout the rest of the week, it is going to be pretty chilly. And on Sunday, though, you might have a pretty sunny Sunday. So if you go to church or if you have a brunch plan, you might be able to wear a sundress, but wear a shawl. But at night, definitely be on the lookout for a jacket, if not a really heavy coat. That's all I have for you guys today. Back to you all at the desk.
Thank you, Phoebe. Now, I, for one, am looking forward to this cooler weather coming up.
I'm looking forward to it too. I love riding my skateboard around campus, and the warmer it gets, the more I ride it, so I'm excited.
Absolutely. Well, unfortunately, that's all the time we have for today. I'm Abby Avers.
And I'm Zach Sexton. Have a good night, Broncos.